Why can't you focus? Why do you keep checking your phone over and over again? Why do you feel constantly restless, anxious, or distracted? Why are your habits and choices not really under your control anymore? And most importantly, how can you fix all this? Have you ever wondered why we are so driven to move forward? Why we chase success, strive to learn new things, or feel unsatisfied sitting still? The answer lies within your brain, hidden in a powerful chemical called dopamine. Dopamine, the hidden driver of human progress. Dopamine is the chemical that made humans different from animals. It drives our curiosity, motivation, desire to learn, and need to grow. But behind it lies a story thousands of years old. Our ancestors lived a very different life, one focused entirely on survival. Each day was a challenge: hunting animals, gathering fruits, finding clean water, and staying safe from predators. And each time they succeeded, after days of effort, they were rewarded by the brain with a hit of dopamine. Caught a deer, created fire, discovered a new water source. That surge of satisfaction came from dopamine, telling the brain, "Well done. Do it again." This is what pushed humans to take risks, discover new lands, invent tools, and seek knowledge. Dopamine was our internal reward system. Even today, when we learn a new skill, read a book, work out, or finish a difficult task, dopamine is what gives us that deep, fulfilling sense of achievement. Think of a farmer who sees his crops after months of hard work, a teacher watching students succeed, or an artist completing a masterpiece. That joy is not random. It's slow, earned dopamine. It doesn't come instantly. It builds over time. Experts today call this slow dopamine, the kind that strengthens our character, teaches us patience and self-discipline, and brings lasting peace. Modern life and the trap of instant gratification. Unfortunately, we've lost touch with this natural reward system. Today, our brains, once used to working hard for joy, are being hijacked by artificial sources of dopamine. Mobile phones, social media, gaming, notifications, and mindless scrolling. Instead of climbing trees or learning new skills, we now scroll through endless photos, memes, and videos with just a flick of the finger. Each like, comment, or notification gives us a tiny dopamine hit. That's why we keep checking our phones. When nothing pops up, we feel uneasy, restless. This is instant gratification, pleasure without effort. But the problem is, this kind of dopamine is shallow and short-lived. Once it fades, the brain craves more and more and more. We get trapped in a vicious cycle. Scroll, get a hit, feel empty, scroll again. Most of us wake up checking our phones, stay glued to screens all day, and go to bed scrolling social media. This habit is now normal, but deeply damaging. The silent cost: focus, motivation, and peace. The worst part: this lifestyle is ruining our attention span, our ability to focus, and our natural thinking power. We can't stick to one task for long because our brain is constantly hunting for the next dopamine hit. That's why we feel tired, anxious, and demotivated, but we don't know why. Our elders used to wake up early, pray, walk in gardens, and lose themselves in books. That's why they lived more peacefully. We, trapped in the digital world, are seeking the same peace, but looking in all the wrong places. It's a dangerous game. It has consumed the entire world. And yes, Pakistan too is caught in this web. Understanding this problem is the first step to reclaiming control of your life. The science of dopamine and regaining control. 1. Pleasure-pain balance. Our brain runs on a powerful system called the pleasure-pain balance. Think of it like a seesaw. One side has pleasure, the other has a little pain. When you push through a hard task, like exercising, reading, or working toward a goal, you first feel resistance. But when you complete it, you get deeper satisfaction. That's slow dopamine. But if you chase only pleasure, endless scrolling, junk food, games, you get fast dopamine. It feels good for a moment but leaves you more tired, anxious, and low on motivation. This imbalance leads to poor focus, bad sleep, and a feeling of being lost. True success comes when we train our brain to crave slow, earned rewards. That's the real key to long-term happiness and peace. 2. Willpower and dopamine. There's a special part of the brain called the Anterior Mid-Cingulate Cortex. This is where your willpower lives. Every time you resist the urge to check your phone, avoid junk food, or stick to a healthy habit, you're making this mental muscle stronger. Just like lifting weights builds biceps, self-control builds your brain. That's why successful people stick to simple routines, avoid distractions, and focus only on what matters. This is the hidden link between dopamine and discipline. 3. Dopamine and ADHD. People with ADHD naturally have lower levels of dopamine, which is why they get bored quickly and struggle with focus. But when they find something they love, like music, art, sports, or writing, they enter a state of hyperfocus. Their attention becomes razor-sharp and they produce incredible work. This teaches us a powerful lesson. Every weakness hides a hidden strength. You just have to find your passion. 4. Signs of low dopamine. If you often feel tired, moody, unmotivated, or anxious, and have trouble sleeping or focusing, your brain is warning you. Low dopamine may be the cause. Too much social media, gaming, online shopping, junk food, and random notifications are to blame. They seem harmless, but they silently destroy your brain's reward system. There's only one way back. Reboot your brain with effort, purpose, and slow dopamine habits. How to reclaim your brain and life. When you shift your choices from fast pleasure to patient effort, something amazing happens. Your brain rewires itself, and you begin to experience deeper happiness, stronger motivation, and real control over your life. That's the magic of slow dopamine. Just imagine. The same brain that wastes hours scrolling TikTok or Insta could be learning a skill, reading a book, mastering a craft, or building your dream life. Here's how to start. Practical steps to rewire your dopamine system. 1. Limit mindless phone use. Don't touch your phone first thing in the morning. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Avoid screens at least an hour before bed. 2. Make exercise a daily habit. Even a light walk, jog, or sport can naturally boost dopamine and clarity. 3. Read books and learn something new. Reading strengthens the brain and replaces the need for passive content. 4. Set meaningful goals. Work on one goal each day. Block distractions and focus deeply. 5. Reconnect with nature and mornings. Get some sunlight, walk in a park, or just listen to birds. It's brain therapy. 6. Find your passion. If you lose track of time while doing something, that's your calling. It could be painting, gardening, writing, or anything that brings joy. The real change comes from within. We often believe our lives will change when the world changes, when luck favors us or people behave differently. But the truth is, real change starts with your daily choices and habits. Every time you choose a book over a screen, every time you eat real food instead of junk, every time you choose discipline over distraction, you're moving toward the best version of yourself. If this video resonated with you or taught you something, please share it. In today's world, this message is more needed than ever. Who knows, your one share might be the turning point in someone else's life.